What's going on, guys? Isaiah here from Goo Gaming, and I have Logan here with me, and we are going to go over how we would play Virtual World going into this format. Just letting you know, I don't have a lot of experience with this deck, but Logan has a little bit of experience with this deck, and we feel this is probably going to be the best variant. Alright, so start off, we have Virtual Monsters. We have 2 Nian Nian, 3 Lily, 3 Lulu, 3 Lao Lao, and 3 Gigi. It's your standard lineup. You don't play Tao Tao, and you don't really need 3 Nian Nian. You max on all the other ones.
So I used to be a big fan of 3 Nian Nian, but without desires and with 3 emergency teleport, it's just really not needed. Like, you just do not need the third name. You don't want to draw multiples of this card ever, and you max out on all the other ones because they're the best cards in your deck, obviously.
Going on with the spells, we play 3 Kowloon, 3 Qinglong, 2 Chuche, and 1 Zhuanwu. I'm really bad at names, but I feel like this is also standard. You have to play them. The cards are just too good, and they're too keen for your engine.
Yeah, I agree. Like, this has just been the standard lineup since Kowloons came out, pretty much.
Some people are playing 2 Qinglong. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like this is probably one of your better cards to play 3 of.
It just helps the consistency of your deck, right? Like, you need something to target with your virtual monsters as well as discarding off your Brave. It helps you search any card in your deck, so you don't mind opening it. You definitely need some of the spells to get to the traps and vice versa.
We choose like 3 E-Telly. E-Telly's at 3. There's no reason not to play this card. It's probably the best extender spell there is right now. It's insane. Then going on to the best engine in the format, we have our Adventure Brave engine. We are playing the standard, the 3 Temple, 3 Right, 1 Faithful, 1 Draco Bag, 1 Griffin Rider. I don't think you cut any of these. I think it's the most consistent way to play it, and I think that the Draco back is needed. A lot of people don't play this card, but bouncing your card every turn is just insane. I don't think there's a reason not to play this card.
Yeah, as well as, you know, not only does the Brave part of your deck discard, but also, you know, in your engine, you naturally discard cards too. So this card's just a free discard in those, in like that aspect, as well as just, you know, being able to out your opponent's board. The Brave engine really helps this deck because this deck really struggled against like Nibiru and stuff, and like you had to play around Nibiru, but with the Brave engine you just do not care, and it's free because you don't have any normal summon effects anyway. So
yeah, I agree. I think personally, I think this is definitely the engine to go with. A lot of people are playing the Needle Fiber variant of the deck, and it's definitely good. But my problem with this deck is always it's very not inconsistent, but it bricks really bad. But if you open a brick hand and they have a hand trap, usually it's going to stop you. But with this, you can do all this and then do your combos, and it helps your deck do its full combo and end on a very good board without having to worry about it. And this deck does enough without the Needle Fiber stuff.
Yeah, I agree. But I do like the Needle Fiber stuff, but one thing I do like about the Brave engine specifically is it just allows you to go second.
Yep.
Like Virtual World's very good at playing through like fair cards, but like they struggle with like stuff like Churchill Tribute and stuff like that. The Brave engine just allows you to play through those cards. It also just gives you outs to like random other things.
Yeah, it helps you break boards.
Makes your deck more grindy. Yep.
All right, we also play Scythe. I feel like if you're not playing the Needle Fiber package, you definitely should be playing Scythe, especially right now. The card's just too good. Every deck plays Scythe. Well, not every deck, but most of the meta decks play Scythe. And it's not hard to do in your turn. You just make Beatrice, and then you summon it back with Baron.
Yeah, and not only that, but it also gives you access to Snow. Like if you're going for the Beatrice combo, so it gives you an interruption. Snow could also work as like an extender, right? Because like let's say you have like a level 6. Like this happens a lot where like you make Beatrice, you dump Snow, right? You banish a bunch of your guys, bring back Snow, and you have like Lao Lao, which is level 6. So you can make Baron that way, and then next turn you just have you already have the Beatrice on the field, so you just send the Scythe, and you already have Baron and the Scythe and Graves. So it's just very helpful. Also, Snow's just randomly an interruption. It is somewhat a brick, but it's also a free discard. So like,
it also helps you with like your trap cards, like getting your cards in the banish if you need to.
Yeah, that is another thing.
Going on to our going second cards, we decided to play Droplets, obviously, and we decided to add a hand trap. And I feel like Gamma is one of the most impactful hand traps right now.
Yeah, I think the problem with this deck overall, and this list, I don't necessarily think fixes it, but I don't know if there is a way to fix it. Is Virtual World just has a lot of cards it has to play.
Yep.
Like if you look at this list, there's like over 30 cards that you just have to play no matter what. So it gives you very like low options for going second card. So just try to play the most powerful ones is the option probably that you should pick. Also you have you can side into more going second cards obviously, but this list is very very tight, and that's the reason we played over 40 cards because like it also not only does it give you a decreased chance of drawing your bricks, but also it allows you to play a little bit more going second cards.
I feel like you could cut Gamma and just play Drop It as you're going second cards. A lot of people are doing that, but I just feel like Gamma's really impactful. Running 3 Lancia. This card, it can inflict with your deck, but it's really, really strong against PK. And it's good against the mirror too, but you're probably playing this mostly for PK.
It's good against the 10E decks too.
Yeah. I just feel like this card needs to be in your deck somewhere, regardless of what you're playing right now.
There could also be that option of this card being in your main deck. The only issue is that it's not like so if PK opens like the Brave spell and any 2 level 3s, even through Lancia, they still scythe you, which is an issue. Gamma, tries to prevent that. So,
yep.
Like Lancia is good with other hand traps, but Lancia isn't necessarily good by itself. Good enough by itself, I should say.
Our second card is we play 2 Droll, and this is mainly for the mirror match. This card just really, really hurts the mirror match, but it's also pretty against the Brave engine.
Yeah, like if you play against any deck with Brave, or if you play against any Alistair deck, this card's just super powerful. If your opponent starts off with Water Enchantress and you just Droll that, a lot of the time it can just end their turn, and there's just nothing they can do. And this deck obviously can put up 8,000 damage very easily.
And then we have Nibiru. This card, a lot of people are citing this card. I'm not a fan of this card, but if you open this with other hand traps, it's really strong. So like people they push through your first hand trap, and then now they're struggling to continue in most of their combos, and then you just hit them with this, and they're just looking at you sad.
I think it's mainly in here for the Auroradon decks.
Yeah.
Like this card's just so good against those decks. And a lot of people just don't play around it.
And our last hand trap in the side deck is Token Collector. A lot of people with this deck are choosing to only play 1 because you can send off Beatrice, but if you're going second, you really want to see this card against the decks that it's good against, especially with a Brave engine. You really want to see this card, and if you are going first, you can side into 1, but if you did, like you're going in Sword Soul and you wanted to play more than 1, and you open it, then you don't have to worry about sending with Beatrice. You can send your Scythe and your Snow.
It's also super powerful against, again, if you notice, the Auroradon decks. We're really scared of those. A lot of them also play Brave with the Auroradon packages, so like this also hits the Brave engine. It's not the worst against like different Brave decks, so like this card's just a really good side deck card right now.
Yeah, I think if you're playing this card, if you can play this card, it should be a 3 of. And then for our back row hate, we have 3 Lightning Storm and the Red Reboot. Lightning Storm is just a good starter card if you're going second. You just slap it down, destroy your spell trap cards. And then Red Reboot. This deck can OTK, so if you're going second against Trap deck and you activate Red Reboot, usually you're going to kill them.
Also, the reason we're choosing to play Lightning Storm over something like Harpy's Feather Duster is because you do have the versatility of being able to call monsters, where with Harpy's Feather Duster you can't really do that, and like the only downside is if you draw this late game, but like with this deck, if you're playing against a deck where you would want to clear their back row, you don't really want to go to the late game anyways.
And going into the extra deck, we have Coral Dragon. It's mostly standard Coral Dragon, Zulk Crystal Wing, Star Discharge Warrior, Vermilion, the Juju, Shin, and then Baron. Obviously, Baron's really strong. Summon Scythe, it's in the gate, very good card. Something different is we're playing the new Sword Soul guy. You can summon him with your worms. You do have worms in your deck. And this card's just really strong. This card's really good against PK.
Yeah, that's the main reason you play it, is like sometimes you're not going to scythe every game. You are going to get hand trapped, and you do need something to end on. If you're playing against PK, this card's just stronger than Baron most of the time. Like, if you end on this card plus Shin, they're not outing it. Like, unless they Hard Open Droplet. Like, because the Brave Engine doesn't out it because you can just banish the spell. Like, there's just not a lot they can do.
And obviously we play Beatrice, sending Snow, sending Scythe, sending Token Collector. Very, very strong card.
The card also just gets to your engine. That's another important thing. Like,
Yep.
you can just you can just dump Quinglong and just get a virtual world search if you need to. You know, definitely an option. It also can get to your Brave engine. That's another thing. You know, Dark card just does a lot for the deck.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best, if not the best card in your extra deck in this deck. And then back to standard, M7. Then the Zeus package, you have the Gaia Charger, the Break Sword, the Zeus, and then the Fan. Most of this is really standard. I think the only thing that's not standard in this would be the new Sword Soul guy. But like we said, he's very strong against PK. It's just not, I wouldn't say auto man, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it just deals with two of their cards, and I definitely think it should be a card people should start looking at more because, like, a lot of people I know when they first read this card, they're like, "Oh, this card's not very good." They didn't think about in context how easy it is to trigger the card.
All right, guys, that is our take on Virtual World and how we would play it going into this format. If you have any things you would change in the deck, let us know in the comments. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you like what you saw, make sure you check out our most recent video here and our most recent vlog here. We appreciate your feedback. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.